John Bush here, Rise Up Radio, riseupradio.com, also youtube.com/riseupradio. Got some foreign policy news for you. This one coming out of Yahoo News. Old Barry Soetoro recently addressed the United Nations General Assembly in New York City, and he was posturing rather strong on Iran and the prospect of Iran becoming a nuclear nation. He also spoke about the Arab Spring, the uprisings taking place in the Middle East right now. He says, "The United States of America will always stand up for these aspirations, for our own people and all across the world. That was our founding purpose." He then goes on to say, "Make no mistake, a nuclear-armed Iran is not a challenge that can be contained. It would threaten the elimination of Israel, the security of Gulf nations, and the stability of the global economy. It risks triggering a nuclear arms race in the region and unraveling the Non-Proliferation Treaty. That's why the United States will do what we must to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon." So the headline again, Obama warns U.S. will do, quote, "what we must" on Iran. Of course, Mitt Romney is also posturing the same, stating Iran's pursuit of nuclear weapons capability presents an intolerable threat to Israel, to America, and to the world. So it's worthy of noting, old Barry Soetoro speaks of unraveling of the Non-Proliferation Treaty. Well, you look at what the only country that has nuclear weapons that we know of that is not signed on to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, NPT, is the nation of Israel. So, of course, Barack Obama will not point out that hypocrisy in that nobody even pushes these days for Israel to sign on to NPT, let alone make mention of the fact that they do have nuclear weapons without being signed on to NPT. He goes on to talk about free speech, speaking of the anti-Islam movie that led to a lot of violence in the Middle East. He says, "As president of our country and commander-in-chief of our military, I accept that people are going to call me awful things every day, and I will always defend their right to do so." Which is humorous to me because about 2 years ago I was arrested on UT campus by UTPD at the direction of Secret Service. When Obama was on campus, I was protesting the war that he's since escalated. The wars, I should say. He went on to say the war in Iraq is over. American troops have come home. We have begun a transition in Afghanistan, and America and our allies will end our war on schedule in 2014. Al-Qaeda has been weakened, and Osama bin Laden is no more. Of course, he has started a war in Pakistan with unmanned aerial drones killing civilians regularly. Yemen as well. Libya, Syria is escalating. There's all sorts of conflict. Barack Obama, the Peace Prize president, has increased the tension, conflict, and terrorism in the world, and now he's posturing strong against Iran. And it's interesting to note the presence of the United States bases all around the nation of Iran. It's no wonder that they feel threatened by the United States of America and could potentially be seeking nuclear arms, although they claim and reports show that they're just using it for peaceful means. That's yet to be seen. But of course, preemptive strike and stopping them from obtaining nuclear weapons is certainly not the way to go about it. That will only cause more violence, more hate, and more strife, more conflict, more terrorism. This has been Foreign Policy News, Rise Up Radio Show, riseupradio.com. Peace in the Middle East.